You're watching Fox 13, the most powerful name in local news.
Just about 9:15, all over the country, states are passing stricter immigration laws, frustrated by the federal government's inaction on the problem. Now the legality of these controversial laws in these individual states are being decided in the courts. In Alabama, a federal judge ruled just last week, theirs is legal. But how will this law affect other rulings and other states and the laws that other states are trying to enact? Attorney Bill Flynn joins us this morning on this issue. His specialty is immigration. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Ann.
Boy, immigration law, a hot topic. They were talking about it on the debate, of course, with the Republican presidential candidates. All right, but let's focus on the Alabama law. What is it and how will it affect the other states that also want to enact immigration laws?
Well, Arizona's been the state up until now that's gotten most of the publicity, but Alabama has passed the strictest of all laws, and the federal court's judge just last week issued a preliminary injunction allowing some of it but not all of it. A couple of things that she allowed have not been allowed before. The first is the ability of a police officer who has a reasonable suspicion to stop someone, take them into custody if necessary, to prove their immigration status. The other part that's brand new, we haven't even seen in Arizona, is the ability of the school, K through 12, where they're required to find out what the status of the child and the family is. Not to necessarily throw them out, but to find out. And some of those who are against the Alabama law say this will chill the desire of a child to go to school or for the parents to send the child to school at all.
So how will these two particular components of the Alabama law affect some of the other states?
Well, it's like a virus. Basically, the U.S. Supreme Court will get this probably within the next year, but until they do, other states will continue to enact laws. We have a hodgepodge of laws, probably not a good thing for the federal system. Of course, it should be done by the federal government, but we can't get out of our politics problem, and we're not going to have comprehensive immigration reform anytime soon, certainly not before the election.
Where does Florida stand on this? Where are we with our immigration laws changing?
Last year, and Florida almost passed a law like Arizona. In fact, a lot of it was verbatim. But you remember Senator Alexander at the last moment rose up and kind of killed it. So I would say it's a safe bet that they will pass something next spring when they're back in session, assuming no federal law before then, which is probably a good assumption.
It's always a hot topic. It's never going to go away until, I guess, the federal government decides what to do about this.
I'm afraid that's true.
Thank you, Attorney
Thank you.
Bill Flynn. Appreciate you being here. Immigration specialist with Fowler White Boggs. Still ahead.